All right, guys, as you can see, I am a little glammed up today for this bounce back story. And not that this bounce back story is more special than the other ones. However, it is really, really informative about businesses and how we could benefit from working together here in Tucson. I actually did this dress up because I did the Don't Rush challenge with my son on Instagram this morning. So that's the first thing we did, was get up in our pajamas and then do the, ooh, look at me looking all shabby, and then cover it up with the makeup brush, and then voila, this is what you have. So if you want to check out my Don't Rush challenge, check out my at Your Face Stylist D Instagram page. But without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into our bounce back story. This bounce back story is my godfather, my business father. He has sown into me and my business in more than a few different ways. I'm continuously learning from him as a business mentor, as a man of God in Christ, as a good person, as a husband, as a friend, and I'm really, really honored to be a part of his network and him to be a part of mine. He's attended my wedding with his wife when I got married in Jamaica. They babysit my baby sometimes, and I hope and pray that everybody out there in business can meet people like Mr. Bill Madison, that you can have a family slash business relationship with, because it is nothing like being able to do business with people that you consider family and you have a healthy relationship with, where you guys can speak business one minute and then, honesty is spoken, and then you guys can cut that off and then still love on one another and support each other and attend Bible studies together and babysit kids and attend family functions without there being any dysfunction. And that's just a really, really good thing that God has blessed me with in my life. So we're going to get into this bounce back story, and you guys are going to hear Mr. Bill spit some of the knowledge that he's always spitting to me with my business. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one.
My name is Bill Madison, and I own a business called Rainmaker Technologies, which is located at 6900 East Broadway. That's on Broadway, one block west of Cole. And we do practically anything that involves water and water treatment. We are a residential and commercial licensed water conditioning contractor. And we have water vending machines in front of our store where you can get water for only 15 cents a gallon. And we have bottles, we have coolers, we have crocks, anything that you need for your water. And we also install reverse osmosis, water softeners, anything else that you might need. We build water vending machines. That's something that we did for many years, and we still do. The kind that you put a quarter in and get a gallon of water. If you live in an apartment complex in Tucson and has one of those machines, we probably built it. But that's what we do in our water business. Now, I've been here for about 40 years in Tucson. I came out here as a youngster in the Air Force, and I just fell in love with Tucson, decided I wanted to live here instead of in Western Michigan where it snows and it's very cold. I love the sunshine. I'm a warm weather fella. So I just love the sunshine, and I like the people out here. So I decided I was going to try to make my life here, and I've been truly blessed. I went to the University of Arizona. That's where I went to college. I worked for many years for Raytheon Missile Systems, and then I started out on my own businesses. And now I'm in the water business. I do real estate investing. I did U-Haul. I've done a few little things along the way. and been blessed in all of it. So I got 4 kids. They're all grown now, but they live here in Tucson. And so I got 2 grandkids from those 4 kids, and I'm just enjoying life right now.
All right, all right. Well, I want to definitely take a moment to say thank you for everything that you do in the community, including inspiring and motivating me and acting as a business mentor to me, as well as I tell people all the time that you're my godfather. So just so you know, you're my godfather.
Okay.
And so, Mr. Bill, can you tell us a little more about how COVID-19 may have impacted you and your family and your business?
Well, and I do want to thank you for having me on this, Dee. I should have said that first. And, you know, to be your godfather, what an honor, because you are an incredible person. I mean, I just really love your spirit. I think that if we could just have another million or 2 D's out there, we could make it as a people, you know, because you just have that hunger, that desire to move forward. And I just think the world of you. And that's why I don't believe in wasting my time. And so anytime I spend with you and anything I can say to encourage you, I know that that won't be wasted because you're out here really trying. But COVID-19, as I said, I'm an old guy. I'm 61 years old now, D. So there's not too many things other than death itself that's going to impact me. And even then I win because I am a Christian and I know where I'm going after I leave here. So COVID, I think I had my COVID event about 27 years ago, maybe, where I kind of wasn't living the way I should have been living. And I called on the Lord, and that has really changed my life. And that's when I really started living. That's when I started doing business, started getting involved in the community, just being able to really want to come up and to think more positive about things and to care more about people. And so for me, I'm to the point now where I've done so much that I like staying at home. You know, my wife just last week retired from American Airlines, where she's been there for 25 years. And so we've had a chance to go everywhere, fly all over the world. You know, I've seen a lot of places I never dreamed I would see. Some of them I really wish other people could see. I mean, for anybody listening, if you ever get a chance to go to Africa, go. I really think, especially if you're African American, you should go to Africa. It is so much better than you really think that it is. And, you know, I've been to East Africa and to West Africa, and I just really encourage people to go and see what it is like for yourself. You know, one of the problems that we have here in America is that, you know, the TV and the news and everything they show us the worst of Africa. But then if you're in Africa, they try to show you the best of America. So both sides come with unreal expectations of what it's going to be like when they actually get there. You know, I've seen some Africans who've come here and been kind of disenchanted with what America was really like. And we're here, and when we go there, we're surprised at how great Africa really is as just an experience, you know, for somebody who is of African descent.
Why why do you think that they make Africa look like a bad place to go or visit or live here in America?
Well, I'm not sure that they're doing it intentionally, but news likes negative things. And so that's the only time they're not focused on Africa. So only when something bad happens, there, Ebola outbreak, we hear about that.
Yeah.
We don't hear about the fact that Ghana just last year in 2019 had the year of the return, where they were encouraging African Americans to come to Ghana. You can get dual citizenship. We want you to come here you know, a lot of people went over there. Steve Harvey was there, and Beyonce's mama, and just, I mean, just a whole bunch of people went over and just experienced it for themselves and just had a great time. They had so many different celebrations and stuff, but you don't hear about that.
Nope.
But
I heard about the year of the return, but that's only because I'm connected to people like yourself.
And I'm just saying, for the average person, they don't know that there's a thing called Blaxit going on. You know how they got Brexit in Europe? They got a thing called Blaxit, where a lot of Black professionals are leaving the United States in large numbers and going to Africa, because there's a lot of opportunity in Africa. A lot of people don't realize that 6 of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world are on the African continent. And that Africa is the next place that's poised to explode, like China, Singapore, Malaysia, you know, Vietnam, Cambodia, how they've done. Now they're looking to Africa, and they're getting ready to spend trillions there. And the United States is just, under President Trump, has just doubled the amount of money that's available for business people to go to Africa and do business. So I would really like to see African Americans take advantage of that $60 billion pot of money that's there for us to go to Africa and do business. And of course, as somebody who's in the water treatment business, water is an issue all over the world. I certainly want to go to Africa and see what business I can do there. So in addition to the mission work, I'm always looking to see if there's an opportunity to do business, because I really like what I do, because the response of people, you know, people are just grateful when you come and you give them high quality water, something that they really need and they want. I mean, even the people who are here who live in apartments, you know, they come up to me all the time when I'm there servicing a machine and thank me for placing that machine there. Now they don't have to go to the store, don't have to leave their apartment complex. They can get good water that they want and need right there. And it just makes you feel good when people appreciate what it is that you do.
Right, right. Absolutely. Well, it sounds like COVID-19 hasn't affected you much, but it affected Miss Sandra. So I would like to take another opportunity to, you know, just share with the people. I think I've known you before you even knew me, Mr. Bill. When I first got ready to move to Arizona, you helped me out with my U-Haul before I even got to know you really well. And then when I got over here, I kind of saw you, you know, passing through church and stuff. And I can say my social skills weren't where they are now. So I probably may have or may not spoke when I first got here. And then I think we started doing the business IMA group together, and it gave me an opportunity to get to know you guys a little bit better. And then I asked Miss Sandra one day, because I had ants in my pants about moving my business from the solar salon to a bigger building. And I asked Miss Sandra one day if you guys would mind looking at a building that I was thinking about renting. And then it grew from there. And, you know, for those of you that don't know, my business is in the same business with Mr. Bill at 6900 East Broadway Boulevard. And the Madisons have been nothing but a blessing to me as a growing businesswoman and as a Christian woman, as a mother. They attended my wedding in Jamaica, and I'm very, very appreciative of you guys. And Mr. Bill, even though COVID-19 has not affected you that much outside of you, you know, seeing the turmoil and stuff that's going on in the world, how can the community support you and your family during COVID-19 that's going on now, or whenever it's over? Like, how can they support your businesses and or you and your family?
Well, you know, the thing that they can do for us is just pray for us, and pray for our strength, pray for our continued commitment to try to do the things that the Lord has placed in our lives that we should do. And that's really what they could do for me. What would really bless my heart is if they did more for themselves. You know, I would like to see African Americans do better with our money, because we're going to be so negatively impacted by this COVID thing. And it's things like this that show you what you should have been doing. I know some people are probably now saying, man, if I'd have knew this was going to happen, I'd have did this or I'd have did that. And you don't know what's coming. So you have to be prepared for what's coming. And one of the things that you really need to do is to have your money right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that'll help you in when so many different things come against you, because too often times they are dollar denominated. Whether it depends on the quality of health care you're going to get, if you have to leave and go somewhere because somebody else is sick, or, you know, I know people who can't travel. We've helped many people get tickets to fly because they couldn't travel. They couldn't afford to when somebody in their family was sick or dying. And I'm saying these are things that we need to be able to do. And we need to overcome our fear and doubt, especially when it comes to money. Because African Americans, I find, are afraid of money. The minute they get a little money, they run to somebody else and have that person manage it for them.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
And I'm saying, if you earned it, you can manage it, you know, and we just need to do a better job of managing our money. And we need to really look to people who are doing better with their money and get advice from people on how to do better so that we can come up. Because this thing of us being broke all the time, and every time something happens, whether it was Hurricane Katrina, who do you see out there saying, help us, and most devastated by it? Here comes COVID. Our community is most devastated by it. And I'm just saying it's time that we realize that we need to work together better, and we need to do business. And I mean, it's going to lead to us being more connected together. And that's so much better. I mean, like you and I, how we're connected together. I mean, I love this, that you and I can be friends. We can work together in the business world. We can pray together. And I think that we all need to be more connected like that, so that when things come against us, you know, people keep saying we're stronger together. And it's true.
And we are, yeah.
And we just need to get stronger by spending more time together and doing the positive things. And, you know, people think, oh, I got this job or I got that job, I don't need other people, I'm doing well. But see, then when something like this happens,
yep,
and all of a sudden you may not have that job, and that little money you were counting on, that 401k, starts looking like a 101k, what do you do then? You know, if you would have prepared for this. And there were various ways, as you know, I'm always talking to you about this. This is not something unexpected to me. You know, the things that are happening. America's in real trouble. And most people don't realize how much trouble this country is in. COVID just kind of showed it a little bit. But it's still in big, big trouble. Even after we recover from this is not the end. And so hopefully this is just something, this COVID just showed us how much we need each other, and how much we need to work together and get our lives right before the Lord, and come together as a people, so that the next thing that happens, we'll be better prepared and better able to work together.
Yes, I agree, Mr. Bill. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Mr. Bill. And I'm very happy to hear that the COVID-19 hasn't affected you and your family negatively. And I'm honored to be able to work from you and to learn from you. And I know sometimes it seems like I'm not paying attention. I listen to everything that you say. I may not act on it right away, but I do listen to everything that you say, and I do take it to heart. So,
you know, Dee, I think, like I said, I think the world of you, and I don't expect you to listen to everything I say. I don't know everything. In fact, I'm kind of stumbling through this thing myself, but I find that, you know, enough stumbling, you learn a little bit about what's going on. And as I spend time with other people, I mean, I've been mentored by other people who've given me advice and helped me along the way. And I just feel that I need to return that. And none of us has all the answers, but I think if we just work together and spend time together. And I mean, you said some things and done some things that have definitely helped me and blessed my heart. So it's, you know, there's a way I look at it that, you know, everybody gets something and nobody gets it all. Right. So everybody's got something to contribute, and nobody just has it all to where they know it all and can do it all and can be it all. It just doesn't work that way. That's why we need each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Mr. Bill, thank you for sharing your COVID-19 bounce back story. I know in my heart that it is going to reach, teach, and inspire some people through these crazy times that we have going on.
All right. Dee, thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate being able to spend time with you.
Okay, guys, so you have heard from Mr. Bill, and the way that you can support he and his family is what he said in the video. But I would like to add, you could also go by to 6900 East Broadway Boulevard and get your gallons of water filled up for 15 cents. That helps to feed and continue his business is thriving. And just take care of yourselves and pray for his family, okay? Pray for him and pray for his family. Pray for yourself. And you guys be good. I really appreciate you guys checking in to these bounce back stories. And if you have a bounce back story that you could share with us, or just your experience with COVID-19, or what you've got going on right now while we're in lockdown and how we can support you, I'm sure that somebody can get some inspiration and motivation from seeing themselves in you. So please reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to share your bounce back story. But in the meantime, don't forget to go to my Instagram page at Your Fave Stylist D and check out me and my son and I's Don't Rush challenge. All right, y'all have a good day. And I'll see you on the next video.